Hi everyone. I have a fun video effect on with my new webcam. You may notice it as I move around. It's called I See a Ghost. And you'll see why. I'm not reading a journal here. I'm doing some internal processing, I guess, and maybe it's my challenge to do a certain amount of this in public. I don't know. But I feel moved to share something. Now, this is a follow-on to two journal entries from today, um, and I will post them. And I'm going to do something unusual. I'm going to read from a book, and maybe you won't like that, but here's what's going on. I just recently discovered the work of Dr. Peter David Beater. Poor guy, what an unusual name, Peter Beater. God bless him. Anyway, he lived and died with it, and he left a body of work that is deeply impressive. It's seeing behind the scenes. I encourage you to Google his name and find his work. Okay. He speaks of what went on behind the scenes, what goes on behind the scenes, so that we can take the news and then see how we're being lied to and what's really happening. And I've only listened to 1.5 of his 80 plus audio letters. The first one, I thought I'd try the man out. I heard that number 40 was about Guyana and Jim Jones and what really happened there. And I recommend that you either read or listen to it. I won't even try to go into it. Anyway, with what I learned there, I thought, well, this man is worthy. His information is worthy. And so I went to number 1. And in number 1, which I haven't finished, he's speaking about the behind the scenes machinations behind the World Wars 1 and 2. And it's hard. It's one of the things with waking up, you know. It's like the dear environmentalists who sometimes get a bit carried away, but it's a part of waking up that we have the courage to look at these things. A lot of them have occurred because we were in see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil mode, and it was just too terrible, and we didn't want to look. We don't want to see animals being slaughtered, even though we consume them and we buy them all nice and neatly packaged from the grocer. And this isn't said to gross anybody out. It's just the dichotomy, you know, the way we've separated out from ourselves. And as we go through healing, if it's a real healing, we face all of these things within ourselves. And so we find ourselves looking where once we never would have looked. And so I find myself reconnecting with other lifetimes, I guess. Maybe in World War I and II or II, I don't know. But anyway, I needed a break from that. So I had lunch, and then I picked up the book that I'm reading, which is, let's see, Barbara Marciniak's The Path of Empowerment, Pleiadian Wisdom for a World in Crisis. and my bookmark was at the end. And you know nothing is ever by coincidence. So I'm going to read from here. A reality built on the misuse of energy cannot sustain itself. Civilizations evolve and grow from the ideas that are fed into them. And you are a highly creative being, free to build any version of the world you want. The energies and events of your current era bring about changes and challenges that confront you with your innermost truths. Truths that make you claim who you really are. You are a powerful being in the midst of changes that will bring out the best in the human spirit. And by changing the way you think of yourself, you will change the world. It is of the utmost importance for humanity to realize the ramifications of war. This is an old issue that follows you through time, awaiting your enlightenment. Not only is war an unnecessary act, it is an abomination to your spiritual evolution and perpetuates another tedious round of living and dying with a fear of the truth. Everything is built first in the mind. Peace is the solution, and peace now begins within. In order to have a world at peace, the people of the world must really desire peace and be willing to make the vibrations necessary to create it. A few can control the many. However, it takes more than just a few to fix the masses. Your thoughts and intentions are greatly amplified when joined with others. To have an impact on your country and community that establishes world peace now, join with a group of like-minded individuals each month at the new moon, and that comes on Valentine's Day in the morning, the traditional time for planting and seeding reality. Customize your own respectful ceremonies and concentrate your energy and intentions for peace now. The forces of nature will feel your intentions as they ripple along the ley lines, the subtle energy paths that run across the surface of the earth.